Hi viewers and subscribers, thank you for dropping by my channel today. We aim to bring you information about Gambia and Africa in general. Thanks to all you lovely people who have taken the time to subscribe and to leave wonderful comments and who have interacted with us so well. We really appreciate that. So any questions that you ask, you can guarantee that you will get an answer. If this is your first time visiting this channel and you find value in the information provided, please take a moment to subscribe, as we will be bringing you more information on a weekly basis about happenings in Africa or in the Gambia. I've received several questions where people have been asking me about the cost of living in the Gambia. So today I will be doing a video about the basic cost of living in the Gambia. Please bear in mind that, prices go up when prices go down. So at the time of seeing this video, things might have changed. The cost of living is not the same for everyone. Some of us have more access to funds, while some of us may have limited funds. But with careful management of your budget, you will be able to survive wherever you go to live. Would be in Africa, anywhere you live. If you are good at budgeting, then you will be able to survive. I hope you find the following information useful to you, and I hope it will give you an idea about the amount of money that you will need in order to survive in the Gambia. So let's get started. Gambian money is known as the dalasi, and as of today's rate, £1 equals 71 dalasi, and $1 American equals 51 dalasi. The rate will change from time to time, and you can get a better exchange rate at the bureaus than that which you will receive from the banks. So let's talk about food. When you first arrive in the Gambia, you will not know your way around, so you will have to eat at your hotel or at the variety of restaurants that are available. These range from English, Indian, Italian, Jamaican, Gambian, and Lebanese restaurants. The cost of a meal can range from 1 to 10 British pounds. You can buy a nice local meal, which is very filling, for 50 to 75 dalasi, which is the equivalent to 1 or 150 British pounds. If you choose to eat out at the other type of restaurants, the price will start to increase to at least £10. If you are staying in a self-catering apartment, you can head over to the market where you can buy fresh vegetables, fish, and such like. You can also visit the local supermarkets where you will be able to find a variety of food that you are used to buying in your respective countries. But because of import taxes, the food in the supermarket will be more expensive. In addition to this, you can visit local mini markets where the food will be a lot cheaper and is still of a good quality. Rent. If you want to move to the Gambia or you are on a long-term stay, there is an option to rent an apartment or a house. Renting an apartment in places like Bijilo, Brufut or Fajara can be quite costly, but not as expensive as in London or New York. The amount of rent that you will pay also depends on the size of the property. If you are renting long term, the price can range from £1,500 up to £4,000 per year, and this is usually paid up to 6 months or 1 year in advance. Cheaper dwellings are available in different areas for rent on a yearly basis. If you are considering moving to the Gambia, you may want to buy your own property, which involves buying the land first. The cost for this kind of venture could cost between £20,000 to £30,000, depending on the size of the property, the labour, and other transaction fees. If you decide to buy a property, I have a video on this channel. This is the thumbnail. I would urge you to check out the information contained in this video, as the Land Minister of the Gambia highlights some very important steps that you need to take before buying anything that relates to property. The information is to protect you from being tricked into buying property that will not belong to you in the end. The following info is related to buying a ready-made property. These are the prices approx. Transport and getting around the Gambia. There are no rail services in the Gambia. What is available are taxis and minivans, which are similar to the dollar vans that exist in New York and in Jamaica years ago. I don't know if this kind of transport still exists in these places, but you are able to get into a van and pay $1 to take you to your destination. The minivans in Gambia are the cheapest form of transport that you can find. The cost is less than $1 or £1. Taxis. The main type of taxis used by everyone is the yellow taxis. The green taxis are usually stationed in the tourist areas and are more commonly used by tourists. There are two types of trips that you can take in either one of these taxis: a town trip or an ordinary trip. A town trip is where you hire the taxi for yourself exclusively, with friends or with family. This type of trip can range between £5 to £20, depending on the length of the journey or how long you need the taxi for. Then you have an ordinary trip. This is where you share the taxi with other passengers. This trip can cost about 25 pence up to 50 pence, depending on how far you are travelling. Each person in the taxi will pay the same amount of money, and there are usually 4 passengers. There is also a ferry service if you want to visit Senegal or Kunta Kinte Island for a roots trip. This trip is taken by locals and tourists alike and is very affordable. The different types of transport mentioned are taken by everyone, tourists as well as locals. We also have the tourist bus. This would be the bus that will pick you up from the airport and take you to your hotel if you have booked a package holiday. The price for this kind of trip is included in your flight package. There's also the school bus, which you arrange with the school. If you have children or attending a school that provides this service, you could arrange for your child or your children to be picked up at a certain point in the morning and at the end of the school day. I must admit that there are not many schools with this kind of service. The cost will be agreed between yourself and the school. Healthcare. There are various healthcare facilities in the Gambia, which range from hospitals which are funded by the government or they are private hospitals. There are also clinics and labs that provide diagnostic services and treatments. You can also receive dental treatments in some hospitals, and they also have private dentists. There is a fee for every one of these services at the point of entry. The cost is much lower for Gambian citizens. I have paid at least £30 for dental and medical services, which sometimes include the medicine. Gambia also has a medical research centre that is committed to researching microbiology, malaria, TB, just to mention a few. They also provide advice and treatments, which also require a fee. Education. This is important if you are moving to the Gambia and you're taking children with you. Education in the Gambia begins from nursery, progression to primary and secondary school, then college or vocational training, and the students with the right grades would move on to the university. There are different types of schools in the Gambia. We have government, private, international, which is also private, special needs, Muslim schools, and some charity-run schools which are operated by various organisations. Unless government funded, education can be costly for most families. Most expats send their children to private or international schools. The cost for private schools can range from £75 per term, while international schools can begin at around £500 to £750 per term. And I'm speaking from experience. There will also be additional cost for uniform, learning tools in some cases, and money for school dinners. The costs will vary from school to school. Sebek International and Marina International School in the Gambia have adopted a British curriculum, while Banjul American International School adapts an American curriculum. Gambia is up to date with telephone and internet services, and various different companies offer different rates. You can pay as you go for airtime and internet services, so the costs vary. For example, you could put as little as 50 pence on your mobile phone and get access to airtime as well as data for the internet. You pay for the amount of airtime that is suitable to your budget and suitable to your needs, beginning at £1 up to £30. Contracts. When I first arrived in the Gambia, I bought a modem for £100, which I was able to attach to my computer. After paying for the modem, I then paid monthly for the internet services, which was about £15 per month, approx. You can also install an aerial inside your compound in order to receive internet within your home. You can also use a dongle, which you can attach to your computer, and you can buy a prepaid package for your phone. The cost for these services range from £30 up to £60 per month. You could use the £60 package to support your business. For those of you who are using a different currency, I am not able to include all, but if you do your conversions, you will be able to find the equivalent of what it costs in the pound. Electricity, solar power, and water. Gambia's electricity is very unstable, so you may want to consider using a solar system after you have moved to the Gambia. There are a few companies offering installation. The price for electricity that is operated by the government can vary depending on the appliances that you use in your house and how long the electricity remains on before the various power cuts that can last up to a few hours a day or days in some areas. The price for solar installation can start from £1,500, and it could be more depending on your needs. The cost of government electricity varies. I use at least £10 per week for electricity by the way of cash power, which means I pay as I go. The system is similar to the key meter system in parts of the UK. You can control the amount of electricity that you use either ways. I prefer the current system that I'm using so that I can control what I use on a daily basis. Again, water is generated by the government, but you can install your own system, which I am considering to do soon along with the solar power. You can install a borehole in your compound and a water tank so that you are not affected when the water is switched off, just like the power cuts. The price for a borehole can begin at around £1,500. And if you've noticed, most of the things that I've quoted begins at £1,500. But it will be worth it in the long run, because at the end of the month you will not have a bill. My water bill currently is usually about £5 to £10 per month. Television and satellite. You can install a satellite system which enables you to view programs from all over the world. I have the large satellite, which once you pay for the satellite and the installation, you receive free programs, which includes BBC and CNN News. Again, I paid around £100 for this system, but it is worth it as there are no bills at the end of the month. There is also another system that is more entertaining, which gives you a wider choice of programs to watch. After installation, you can pay for the services on a monthly basis. I pay about £10 monthly, which gives me a wide range of programs to watch from all over the world. The information provided is to give you an idea of how much you will need in order to survive if you decide to move to the Gambia. If you find value in the information provided and you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. So please leave a like, a comment, and share it to people who are interested to find out information about Africa or about moving to the Gambia. Have a blessed day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, and come back soon.